All right, y'all, TYT Sports right here on this Friday. Jayar Jackson, Brett Erlich, Denise Jones, and I am Rick. To the surprise of some people, and unfortunately to the surprise of no one in Toronto, the Raptors have fired Dwane Casey. Do you have the music? Give me the music. This is Toronto today. Leave it up, it's cool.
They're excited about
Everyone's
it.
nodding along in awkward silence. So the Raptors fired Dwane Casey after he was just...
I'm just saying, it sounded like you had a segment thing, and I didn't want to step on your toes.
This is a good
We had
point.
the
This is a
music.
big celebration.
Wait, there goes our budget for the year. Oh, God.
So he's going to be named Coach of the Year,
What a weird
and he just got fired. Before I get into my entire rant about why this is no surprise, does anyone want to say anything about the tenure of Dwane Casey and how successfully of a failure it was for the Toronto Raptors?
Yes, it is amazing to just hit a wall. And that wall lives in Cleveland and beats the crap out of you because you can't adapt to your matchup disparities. And that's it. And that's one of those things that you have someone who can give you the best, the best seasons you could hope for.
Yes.
But the taste they leave in your mouth at the end of the year because they can't beat that one team. I'm a UCLA fan. We got to the Final Four 2 years in a row, and lost to Florida both years because we couldn't fix the problem called Joakim Noah.
And Al Horford.
And Al Horford.
And Corey Brewer.
And even Billy Donovan. It
Billy
wasn't,
Donovan.
you just couldn't fix those problems.
Right.
And so even though they kept the coach for the next couple of years, it was, you did a fine job, but
You still got to the Final
It's just
Four.
not the level of success that we feel we can demand because we have these players that got us this far, but the coaching problems can't be solved by this coach.
Jayar?
This is
Shaking your head?
stupid. It's ridiculous.
That he's fired?
I hate this culture of the way we are in sports now. It's already shifted with the way players shift and change teams, which I'm actually okay with. I like that because I've always the freedom of players to do what they want. I like. When it comes to now placing blame on a team for not beating. Okay, we praise LeBron every day. People who hate LeBron hate him because he's so good.
Yes.
They hate him when he went to Miami. They hate him when he first went to Cleveland. They hate him when he went back to Cleveland. And then Cleveland hated him, then loved him. Because the only way you generate all this attention is because you're that good. We compare him to Michael Jordan. We compare him to Magic Johnson. We compare him to the best players to ever play the game. But because one team can't beat him, it's their fault.
Yes.
Well, what happened to the greatness of LeBron James? What happened to how you can only hope to stop him? So which one is it? Is it he great or is it that he sucks and we just keep losing to him on accident because we're just so bad at it? Now, Dwane Casey's fired because he couldn't get past LeBron is the thought process, right? You talked about this. You mentioned this to me.
I'm going to show it to you.
Right? Okay, I'll let you get that before I give my
Okay,
opinion.
all right.
But this culture of firing someone because they can't beat the best player in the game is ridiculous.
So here's my whole thing. We should have deathly music queued up because that is what LeBron James has done to all of these head coaches. To all you non-believers. He has killed all these head coaches' tenures with their respective teams. Who exactly do I mean? Let's start with Frank Vogel, shall we? The Indiana Pacers were really good in the 2011-2012 season. I mean, really, really good. They won 42 games. They ran into the Heat. 2012 and 2013, right? Next one, they had a really good season. And then they ran into the Heat and LeBron James. And then in 2013-2014, they ran into the Heat, and then he got fired. You know who else we could add to this list? Tom Thibodeau, who's supposed to be the next great head coach for the Chicago Bulls. He ran into LeBron. And then in 2012-2013, really? No, LeBron again. 2014-2015, this was the year that they were going to do it. The Chicago Bulls.
I don't
ran
have
into
sad
LeBron.
music,
They ran
Ricky,
into
but
LeBron.
I do have a fart piano.
They ran into LeBron, and then as you can see, Tom Thibodeau here with Jimmy Butler, he eventually got fired. How about Mike Budenholzer? Came from the Popovich tree, of course, 2014, 2015 Atlanta Hawks. They had a really good season. They won 60 games. And then they ran into LeBron. And then 2015, 2016, another fine season. And then they ran into LeBron. And then Mike Budenholzer got fired. 2010, 2011. How about Doc Rivers? You remember him?
Yeah, heard of that guy.
56 wins. And then they ran into LeBron. And then 2011, 2012, they had a good season. And then they ran into LeBron. How about the 2015, 2016 Raptors? 56 wins, really good. 2016, 51 wins, ran into LeBron again, and then he got fired.
There we go.
That was the money shot.
That was disgusting.
Go back for 1 second. 2017, 59 wins, huge season, gets fired because he ran into LeBron.
But before I go on, Denise, you haven't had a chance. I'm curious. I'm really curious to what you think.
You know, I think, well, obviously the timing is just.
Sorry, I was turning it off.
The timing is absolutely horrible. And the fact that, you know, this is a coach of the year and it's so much pressure that's being put on his shoulders. I feel like on top of being a coach, there's so much responsibility that you have to carry. There's so much blame that you have to carry. And sometimes it's harder than being the best player on your team because you're responsible for leading the team. And there's so much that's being put on you that a lot of people don't recognize it. There's only so much they have control of. So because the East has had, and you pointed out that record of firing coaches after
Good coaches.
LeBron has came and, you know, dominated. It's just really unfortunate. I just feel like in Dwane Casey's case, he deserved a little better.
We should put up a poll. What's worse, getting farted on the way that those coaches have, or facing LeBron James in the playoffs?
Farted on.
Can I illustrate?
Beyond.
Can I illustrate how things have changed again? It's this immediate, you have to win a championship mentality of maybe it's the fan base, maybe it's the amount of money that's now in sports that's different from the way it used to be. Because we praise old school coaches, right? These new coaches, if you lose 2 times, like, oh, you're garbage. You don't know what you're doing. He's not playing basketball. I mentioned this to you, Rick, too. In that game, maybe it was game 2.
Yeah.
When the announcer said, there's a lid on the rim. Valanciunas couldn't make anything. Anybody who tapped that ball 3 or 4 times that would have won that game couldn't make a basket. So Dwane Casey on the sideline, what is he supposed to do? Is he supposed to strip off his suit and run out there and put it in himself? What is he supposed to do at that point? He put them in the right position to do it. They didn't do it. So now he gets fired? So let me point out.
That should also be put on the poll, by the way. Would the Raptors have a better shot with Dwane Casey? That's their point guard.
Have you ever heard this guy named Paul Westphal?
Yes.
He lost to the Bulls in '93. Was he a horrible coach? Did he suck? You heard of this guy named George Karl? He lost to the Bulls in '96. Did he suck? Did he not know what he was doing? Or was it the Bulls of 1996 that took his ass out? I've heard this guy named Jerry Sloan, and every time he shows up in Utah, they go, oh, Jerry Sloan.
Hall of Famer.
Jerry Sloan.
Retired banner at the United Center.
Did he win? No, Jerry Sloan lost to the Bulls 2 times straight. What a loser.
Couldn't beat him.
That guy should never even be mentioned again. Lastly, the biggest loser of all time is this weird dude named Rick Adelman. You ever heard of that guy?
Of course.
You know who he lost to?
Who did he lose to?
He lost to the Pistons in 1990. He lost to the Bulls in 92. He lost to the Shaq Lakers and those guys in the early 2000 era. This guy's a permanent loser. He should have been fired before he had a chance to take these teams to the championships. You know what happened if Dwane Casey was around in those times? He'd have a chance to continue to win like these guys did. Now we just shove guys aside because, why didn't you win right away against one of the best players of all time?
Yes.
Yeah.
What are your alternatives is the other question. Who are you going to replace him with? Here's someone who fixed, was part of the solution to the Raptors. He got, he got them to this level that we're all like, wait.
59 wins.
Coach of the year. Yeah. Who are you going to replace him with?
Were you waiting for the fart noise? Is that why you stopped for a second?
No, I was just thinking, who are you going to replace him with? If you clone Popovich, you still have to wait 55 years until he's of age to coach a team.
Well, that's where we think Brad Stevens is right now, except he's 14.
Well, that's the thing is like there's Brad Stevens. Okay, what are you going to do? Hire him out of Boston? Who's that coach that's going to come in and solve the problem? Not just give you time.
Right. Okay.
But that's what it is. It seems like the management feels that their city, their great basketball city, is not behind them.
They truly think that they have a window right now to win.
Right. I get it.
I agree.
I do it. But
That's true.
who?
How do you
Who's
agree?
the
We
coach?
just
No, I
established
mean, I agree
they
there's a
have
window to win.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah.
So that has to correlate with you are going up, as JR just attributed to, as I displayed through horrible graphics, that guess what? You're not winning. You're not going to win. You're not going to beat him. So you know what you do? The 76ers had a plan for when LeBron potentially leaves. Now, is he going to join their team? Who the hell knows? But I would rather have a young, thriving, potential building team right now than anything the Raptors have, because we have 5 more great years, I truly believe, of LeBron James, and then the East completely opens up. And then you have a shot. So what the Raptors are doing and what Masai Ujiri is doing.
Just take a second to talk about the gravity of what you said.
Yeah.
It is that
thinking that.
level in the East where
Yes.
you have to. Okay,
he goes
here's our
west, it's a
strategy.
different story, of
We're
course. I
gonna
don't
wait
think
till
he's
he
going
gets old.
Yes! That's when the window completely opens up.
We're gonna play the
completely.
Prince Charles and just like wait
all right,
till
sorry,
the
4
Queen
years.
dies.
Let's keep it
4
real.
years.
Let's keep it real, and I hate to say this. The Rockets won 2 championships in 94, 95.
Back to back.
Who left? Who didn't get old, but left for a minute?
In
Robert Horry.
In those 2 years,
Kareem
that the-
Abdul-Jabbar.
in the 2 years that the Rockets won championships, 1994 and 1995, which was the break between what other championships?
The Lakers
91,
dynasty.
92, 93,
Yeah.
94, 95, 96,
It
97,
was
98.
the Celtics and Lakers dynasty. That's what you're pointing at,
No,
right? When the
in
window
between
finally
the
closed.
Bulls' 2 three-peats
Oh,
was the
okay.
Rockets, because some guy left the league for 2 years.
Oh yeah. Kenny Smith, good one.
The point is, it's going to repeat it, because for great players, once they're gone, that's your window, and the
Yes.
Rockets took advantage of it.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't want to make this such a declaration. The Rockets wouldn't have won those 2 championships if Michael Jordan didn't leave those 2 years.
So is basketball better with the great player
Yes.
who
yes.
ruins?
Yes. I need to stop this immediately. Yes. Yes. Because you need someone.
Stop it, Brett. My show.
Would you rather have?
Get off my plane.
Would you rather have God, or would you rather have, like, I don't know?
I don't
Abe?
know. I like the Greek
Like,
myth.
you want to have Abe in the garden?
A
Like,
lot
come
of, like-
on, man.
Yeah.
Let's be real about this. I would rather have somebody, okay, to get away from God. I would rather have somebody to hate, not me personally,
Right.
but I'm saying from an NBA fan's perspective, because guess what? That brings in ratings.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and
That
it's a
brings
lot
in
of-
attention.
And it's not like the Cavs are winning every year. They're just going to the finals every year.
It's not a given that they're going to win. But now you know that LeBron's going to be competing again.
Yeah,
Can
it's
you
much more
believe,
dynamic.
Could you just imagine this
3
for a
good
moment?
teams.
7th game. It goes down to the wire. Victor Oladipo hits a game winner. Everybody in the NBA offices are like, oh, God, why did this have to happen?
Yeah.
You know why? Because everyone wants to root for or against LeBron, as JR attributed to. It's a polarizing figure.
It's evolving for me. I am rooting for LeBron more and more each day, just because I feel like we've gotten into
You're not
a
even
new-
acknowledging it, that you're supporting.
Yeah, I am. I'm more and more each day, because he is getting more and more into like chapter 5 of like, wow, this guy, in addition to
Could say chapter 15.
chapter 15, but it is a more solidified legacy even more than I could have imagined it being, really.
I agree.
This playoffs.
Alrighty, let us know your
So
thoughts.
who should
comment
pick up
section
Dwane
below.
Casey, though? That's the next step. We'll do that another time.
Well, I'm just going to say this right now. The Knicks tipped their hand a little too soon. And I like David Fizdale, and they're using it as this great recruiting tool. Oh my God, he worked with LeBron in Miami. Maybe he'll bring LeBron to New York. It's like, no, LeBron's going to hire whoever he wants to hire.
Yeah.
I think we've seen that previously with Tyronn Lue. Okay, let us know your thoughts. Comment section below. Subscribe to TYT Sports.